Hi class, I'm Matt Fisher, your accounting instructor. In today's video, we're going to go over the cash budget. This budget's really important because it kind of accumulates everything that we've been learning with all the other budgets, putting it into cash perspective. So it's really important that we know what our cash balances are, because if at the end of a month we don't have enough cash, well, we want to be able to plan ahead of time and know, what possibly could happen so that we can have financing possibly available for us. Or possibly at the end of a month, we might have excess cash, lots of excess cash. What are we going to do with that? We don't necessarily want that just to sit in our checking account. So we want to be prepared in order to know what to do with that, where we want to possibly invest that. So let's get going with this cash budget. And first of all, it says that our beginning cash balance is $30,000. Next is given our cash collections. So for January, our cash collections are $20,200. And then also given is our February, $23,200. And in March, $22,400. So these amounts are given to us, and these would come from our cash collections budget, or sometimes I've seen it actually in the sales budget directly. So it's just showing how we're getting cash in. So next we can add these up. So 30,000 plus 20,200 gets us cash available of 50,200. Our payments, well, this is given to us in January. It's 53,000. In February, it's 20,000. And in March, it's 21,000. Hopefully here you've noticed that we have a lot of payments actually in January. Well, that's not unusual. There are some months where we have extra payments that have to be made, like insurance payments or possibly tax payments. There are reasons why we might have extra expenses or payments in a certain month. So that's why I'm showing that here in this example. This is where we're kind of outside the norm, but it is payments that we would be making. So now you can see here that our payments are more than the actual cash that we have. So we have a deficit of $2,800. So we have to plan for borrowing purposes in January if this actually does happen. So we have a borrowing plan already with our bank, our financial institution, where we can borrow in increments of $10,000. So we're going to plug in here for our financing, borrowing of $10,000. So now negative $2,800 plus $10,000 gets us our ending cash balance after financing. So this was before financing, after financing at $7,200. So we're probably going to have to borrow in January. Now, this ending balance would become our beginning balance in February. So let's plug that in. Now we add in our cash collections that we already have. Gets us $30,400. Our cash payments were $20,000, so that gets us down to $10,400. So now you can see that we actually have enough cash to pay off this loan. So let's go ahead and pay that off. So here we've got less repayment. So here's the repayment of that money that we borrowed. But whenever you borrow money, there's always interest associated with it. So we borrowed at 9%. So you can see on your screen right now the calculation for that interest. So it is $75 of interest. So that will get us an ending balance of $325 after our financing transactions here for cash. So then that $325 would then move over to March, beginning of March, plus our cash collections gets us $22,725. When we subtract out our cash payments for the month of March, we then get ending cash of $1,725. There's no financing taking place, so our ending cash balance would be the $1,725. Okay? Let me point out one more thing here. We've already talked a little bit more about the cash collections. The cash payments, those would probably come from a cash payments or cash disbursements budget. And in that budget, typically what you'll see in there are the payments that we'll need to make on a monthly basis for such things as materials, labor, overhead, operating expenses, insurance payments, tax payments, capital expenditure payments. So all the payments that we have would go into that cash disbursements or cash payments budget. And then we would pull that number from that budget to plug it into our actual cash budget. All right, class, I really hope this video has helped you. This has been a good example of going over how the cash budget works, the different important components of it. Make sure that you understand how this is all done, and I hope to see you very soon in another video.